Welcome back, everyone, to another incredible episode of Chat with Dan here. For today, I mean, what can I say? We already are having an incredible, super badass Tuesday that to be chatting with someone as super amazing, badass, the incredible, amazing, the legendary, the one and only Maria. Maria, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you, Daniel?
Doing fantastic. I mean, what better way to have an incredible, super badass day than to be chatting with someone as badass as you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, before we start, I do want to thank those who are tuning in. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, as always, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow, helps a lot. But also, on the description below, you're gonna find all of Maria's social media. Let's follow her, and let's discover why she's super badass. Right? Now, without further more, let's jump in here. So, I want to start this whole amazing conversation by throwing out the first question, which is, what initially drew you to acting, and was there a specific moment or performance that solidified your passion for it?
Hmm. What initially drew me to acting was since I was a kid, I've always had a love for the arts. I always had a love for creative imagination, and I would pretend, I mean, a kid, maybe 6 years old, pretending I was different Disney princesses. I'm like, oh, I'm Jasmine, I'm Belle. And I would just play in this state of curiosity and play. And as I grew older, I didn't know that I could actually go to school to become an actress. I didn't know that that was a thing. And um, I was about 10 years old. My grandmom got me this tape of me. It was a cutout photo of me on Snow White. And you see me like going through like the Snow White things. And I'm like, oh my God, look at me. I'm on TV. I'm like this actress, whatever. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I think that sparked my imagination even more and my desire to be an actress. And I would have friends over. I would create plays and I'm like directing. I'm like, all right, here's the play. Here's the layout. This is what we're going to do. And I would just create plays and dances. And then fast forward, I'm 18 and I am working for Vitamin Water at the time. And I'm at the 17th and Chestnut and the filming of Dead Man Down is going on. And I'm like, oh, I've never been near a movie set that we've got Colin Farrell, Dominic Cooper, all these other actors. And I'm just, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm on set with all these different actors. And it really inspired me. I thought, how can I do this? How can I really take this seriously? And I spoke to a friend who was an actress, and she was like, I'll introduce you to my agent. You take it from there. I meet him, I go to audition, I don't know what I'm doing, and he has me read some sides, and he said, all right, you're pretty good. I'll sign you on. Let's go for it. He sends me to my first thing. It was for a documentary called the killer profile of Israel Keys, and it was about the serial killer. And I had to play this victim. I book it on Lifetime, my first thing, and I thought, okay, this is kind of a cool, profitable hobby, and I just took it from there.
And moving forward a little bit here, tell me, like, as an actor, you often have to inhabit the lives of, various characters. So how do you approach stepping into a new role? And what techniques do you use to make the character feel authentic?
Mm-hmm. When I'm stepping into a new role that I'm unfamiliar with, I get to know the character inside and out. Who are they? Where are they coming from? What do they want? What have they been through? And I put myself in the role of their shoes and then also contact different memories in my life where I've been through something similar. So I can kind of connect the dots. And to get into the role, I really just breathe, walk, live, act as that character. But I make sure that I'm not living that person 24/7. I prep, I prepare, let it go. And then when I'm ready to go on, then I bring it back.
Hmm. Okay. And what is your usual process when you finish the project, you're good to go, you're not gonna play this character anymore? Do you have like a specific ritual or something, or you just go, or you just like, I'm done. Let's keep moving forward. That's it.
Mm-hmm. I would say after I'm done, I kind of just let it go and I will kind of just cut myself off from that scene and just kind of pivot and move on.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I
interesting because it's like every actor has like their own thing. You know, I have interviewed, for example, actors who have told me that once the whole thing is done, sometimes they will create, like depending on the type of the character, but sometimes they will create like a farewell letter to the character, so they can kind of like put that away for yeah, like yeah, so they can put that away and then continue to be, continue on their daily life. But it's interesting because also later on it might pieces of a character you played in the past might help you to create a new one you're about to present. So
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, like different characters where it was a very emotionally involved role, or I had to be scared and scream. Yes, that can really bring up that same fear or the same sadness. And it's really important to be able to recover after a character, to not live in that state of fear because we can re-trigger those old things. And it's good to be in it and then pivot away from it. And I mean, I have so many, I guess, tools that I use, whether it's breath work or energy work or something to kind of get me back into a place of balance.
there you go. That is epic and badass too, just saying. Now, can you share a particular memorable or challenging moment from your acting career and how did it impact you as a performer?
Mm, um, okay, I would say there was one where I had to, it was called Something Wicked, and I thought it was so much fun. I actually didn't book the lead at first. I booked a different role, and then somehow I got pushed up to the lead role, and I was very excited about it. And I had to, there was a scene where I had to live as this character all day. It was just a 3-day shoot. But what made it memorable? It was just memorable that I just had so much fun. Just to be the lead, be in this role, and then having to scream. And it was like, oh, here's the Maria scream again. And just to invoke those feelings over and over again. But it was just fun.
I
Yeah.
like it. I mean, it's incredible,
Cool.
right? Like this whole process to it, and I mean, at the end, yeah, at the end, what I'm trying to say here is that the whole, the whole process for the character, the whole preparation for the character, the whole presenting for the character, like the whole like the whole process they do in order to present that and give that to us, the audience. I mean, yeah, it's epic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun.
Absolutely. I mean, I mean, the fact that you can get the chance to play so many things. I mean, basically everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
That is cool. That is cool. Now, many actors have rituals or routines to get into character. So, what's yours? Do you have any pre-show ritual that help you to get into the right mindset, or like what is your thing?
Mm-hmm. Before going on set and being the character, I'll rehearse my lines, I'll rehearse the scene, and I will embody it. I will become that character and just start getting into the mind frame and mindset as if I'm this character already. And when I'm on set, just go into it and then get out of it. Um, so the ritual I do is just rehearsing my lines and start to live as if I'm that character now.
Okay. Okay. And do you usually have, so when you were in this process, right, of creating a character, would you use, for example, certain things that happen in your life in your past life, or do you
Hmm.
go walking to the walking in the city and trying to find your character? Like what is your like on that first steps to create a character, what do you usually do?
Hmm. I say, okay, who is this character? What does she want? Where is she going? Um, like what I want to know everything about her. And then also I would, like I was saying before, I would contact different sources. What, how can I bridge the gap between her and me where
Mhm.
I am this person? So is there a time in my life where I can recall a memory that makes me feel a certain way that would be similar to this character? Um, I mean, writing it down, like really painting the picture. Um, where does she go? Like, what does she drink? What does she listen to? What does she wear? Like, where does she live? What is the setting like to really create picture and scene in my mind and then start to look for it in my physical life.
Okay. And has your character creation process has evolved like yeah, like has evolved since you started, or you used to apply the same routine as back when you were beginning? Like,
hmm It's evolved. I've taken so many acting classes over the years. I started acting 10 years ago, and a little bit of Playhouse West to on camera auditioning to scene study to some improv and learning all these different tools and techniques in my tool belt that I can easily go to. But I would say the quickest way for me to, because you have to, whatever, read the scene, see where the turn of the scene is, rehearse your lines. What's a good way to memorize your lines the quickest, rehearse them, and then do the character development. So there's so many layers that go into it, but you want to also do it in a timely manner to make sure you have enough time.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I
Mhm.
mean, at the end, it's a whole other process that just learn your lines and good to go, as some people might think, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, just learning your lines and good to go. Yeah, that's only going to get you so far. But when you're in a scene with someone, how do you want to affect the other person and how are you being affected by them? It's living truthfully in the moment, just truly being present. And what you say to me, without knowing what my next lines are, to really letting your words affect me and then responding.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's incredible, right? Like whenever you manage to create like this connection with the audience, and those who are watching it, even though that we know that is, that is not real, but there's something about it. I mean, I love when that process happens, when you get like this connection to the character, that yeah, that you actually care so much that if at some point something happens to the character, you actually feel real emotions. You will actually feel sad or excited or angry, whatever. So that is one of the cool things that I have discovered, that it's amazing how much can can a character move you, inspire you. I mean, in so many ways in your life, basically. So
Absolutely, because there's a part of that character, no matter who this character, whatever character falls into my lap, I will justify this character, no matter if they're a murderer or they're a villain or this or that. There's somewhere within that is a reflection of me, and I will justify that character. And there will be a place in me that I will be able to connect to no matter what. Because if I attracted it, somehow I'm connected to it.
yeah, absolutely. Wow,
Yeah.
that is super cool. I
Yeah.
can't. I couldn't agree more. And at this point, tell me, like, what's the most bizarre or unexpected thing that ever happened to you, either on stage or on set?
I would say the most bizarre thing was how I actually booked a role once, and I was not planning to have to for this to be my audition. It was in the start of my acting career, and I had just started, and my agent sent me an audition for Lehigh Valley Health Network. And if I booked the spot, it would have been one of the biggest commercials I got. Paid really well, 3-day shoot, billboards, commercial, regional, this, that, ads, all the things. I'm like, okay, this would be super fun. And it's the morning of the audition. The audition's about 10 minutes from my house at the time when you go to in person, not self tape. And I get there and I realize I didn't bring my resume. I didn't bring my headshot. I am not prepared. I'm like, oh my God, but I have to go in there. And I look at my book bag, and at the bottom of my backpack, there is a crinkled up resume, no headshot. I'm like, well, I'm just going to take this in. I walk in, and there is a line of actresses all prepared with big black books. They are ready to go. And I'm waiting in line for them to call my name. And they call my name. Okay, Maria, you're up. We go into the room, and there's about 10 people in there. The directors, the producers, the whoever else. But there was a full room, and it's not always like that. And they have me go to the front, and they say your name. Okay, now give us a workout of routine that you would take a client through. And I said, okay. And I do a thing, and then they say the lines for this. I do this. And then they go, okay, now I want you to leap across the room from here to there. Let's see how you can leap. And for some reason, I started to stretch. And I don't know if you ever saw the movie Nacho Libre with Jack
Mm-hmm.
Black. Have you ever seen
Mm-hmm.
Nacho Libre? And as I'm stretching, I'm going, "Do you like my stretchy pants?" And these are my stretchy pants. And I'm doing this weird stuff, and they're like, "What is she doing?" And I go, "This is how I jump across the stage." And I'm talking like Jack Black or Nacho Libre, and I'm galloping and leaping, and they're like, "What is this chick doing?" And I'm like, "Thank you very much for my performance." And I was just silly. They were clapping. I give them my wrinkled up resume, and I'm like, "Sorry, it looks like it's been through the mills, but." They're like, "No, thank you." Next day, I get a call from my agent, and I'm like, hopefully that went well, but they liked it. They were clapping. My agent calls me and he goes, "Maria, guess what?" I'm like, "What?" "You got first refusal." "Oh, damn it." "Okay. I guess I didn't get it." He's like, "No, it's great. First refusal means that you are like runner up or something.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the line. It's a really good thing." I'm like, "Oh, okay, great. Whatever that means." And then the next day after that, he said, "You booked it." So I booked my first regional commercial with that, with having a wrinkled up resume. But really, what got me it was just being myself and doing something a little bit different. And that got me the thing. So that was pretty bizarre.
There you go. I mean, it's incredible
Yeah,
how, I mean, it was meant to be, basically.
yeah,
That is cool.
definitely.
And now that you
Yeah.
mentioned, like the whole auditions and everything, tell me like how you handle, the whole rejection side, right? Like how, like what is your process like whenever that, like whenever that happens? I mean, at the end, nobody likes being rejected. So what is your process here when that happens?
My process is the audition is the job. If I got the audition, great. I got the audition, that's the job. And I audition, I let it go, and I move forward. And I just wait for my next audition. I just keep moving forward, and I keep myself occupied with other things that I enjoy other than acting. Even though I know there are a lot of actors and actresses out there that put their heart and soul into acting, and this is the only thing, which is great. And I'm a big believer in being a master of your craft and really putting your eggs all in. But it's also like, what are other things that interest you and inspire you while you're going to book your next thing? Do you like to read? Do you like to write? Maybe getting to like producing, or what are other things that pique your interest so you're not just like waiting on something or waiting for rejection? Because it's not rejection, because rejection is it's just feedback. Whoa, we got confetti. Okay.
I don't know how you did that, but okay.
um every rejection is a redirection in the right direction. So it's just feedback, and
Mhm.
like, what can I do next time to make my audition better? Actually, what I would do, and look, I'm just speaking right now, if I didn't get the role and if that casting director was open to feedback, I would ask, what could I do differently? Or even my agent, what can I do better next time? That way I can improve.
There you go. I like it. I mean, at the end, it's just, I mean, one of the things that I have discovered, is that no matter what, don't take it personal because it's not personal at all. It's just not for you for any specific reason, and that's fine. So
Yes.
there you go. And outside of
Yeah.
acting, tell me what are some of the hobbies or activities that you usually do to kind of refresh yourself so you can be back again full, full time, full force.
What do I hobbies I like to do to refresh myself? I'm very active. I definitely make sure, your body is your instrument. You want to take care of your body, you want to take care of your mind, you want to take care of your health and well-being, because if this is not good, if you're not feeling good in your best, then how are you going to be able to perform or deliver or do your best performance or book the job? Um, so what I do, I make sure I take care of my health and well-being. I exercise, you know, maybe 5, 7 days a week. Hot yoga is something I really love.
Mm.
I love to meditate. I love breath work, energy work. These are some of the tools that I use in my life. And I like to keep myself inspired. What am I reading? What am I watching? What's inspiring me? Who am I surrounding myself with? What kind of conversations are we having? And really making sure it's at my highest self.
There you go. Okay, that's even like more badass. I mean, you're just raising the bar of badass level here, you're saying.
Peak performance, high achievers.
There you go. That's what we're all about here.
Yeah.
And tell me, like, if you could play any historical figure, fictional character, or you know what, even an animal, why not? Who would it be
Hmm.
and why?
I would love to get into the mind of like a quantum physicist. Like I would love to get into the mind of whether it's Benjamin Franklin or Thomas Jefferson or William Shakespeare, um, to get into the mind of some of these characters and how, like, what were they doing every day? Or in a shot like Plato, what were they thinking about every day? What did they do to be able to invent something incredible or to create this world piece of a Shakespeare and everything that he's created with playwrights. I would like to get into the mind of some of those and like live and see what they did and how they did it.
Yeah, that's cool. That would be interesting for sure. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting to know a little bit about their yeah, about their daily life. I mean, not like what drive them to create or to do certain things that were marked in history. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah. Hmm.
Who knows? Maybe we are kind of hinting the next era of type of films,
What would the next era of films be?
creating films like that in which they are telling a story about like a specific historical figure, but more depth into their daily life. More.
I love
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yes. Oh my God, you're sparking an idea for me. Okay.
I
Let
mean
me
that would
write my
be
notes down.
that
Hold
would
on.
be great because I mean right now I'm just a little bit tired of the whole remake era. So I'm just hoping
Yeah.
they would be able to create something different and that
Hmm.
that would be also inspirational if you manage to portray any historical figure in their daily life. And I mean there's so many things here you can absolutely create to put it into a film or a TV show and people could actually somehow relate to it,
Yeah.
right? I mean, at least that is one of the things that I love or I usually do when I'm watching like a film, TV show, or play. Like so, like in what aspects I can relate somehow to the character that I am, or to the characters, or to the whole thing that I'm watching. So,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
so that would be interesting. Who knows? So I'm hoping those type of stories we get the chance to like new stuff, basically, and no more remakes, please.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, no, thank you. I just wrote notes down because that just inspired something for me to look into. Yeah.
There you go. That's what we're all about here to inspire. So we
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
And let's say if you were in a stranded or a desert island and could only bring three movies to watch for the rest of your life, what would they be?
The Notebook.
Okay.
Hmm. Um, Wedding Crashers is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
That's funny.
that's a good one. Yeah, yeah.
And maybe The Labyrinth.
Okay, so we switched to comedy to something. Okay.
Romance, comedy, and then whatever. I don't even know how you would classify it, like fantasy, you know?
Yeah, like fantasy with a mix of drama and a little mystery going on. And yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like it. I'll take those. Yeah, for sure. And if you could, let's say, if you could create a dream ensemble cast for a movie, who would it be in it, and what kind of movie would it be?
Dream Ensemble cast would be Tom Hanks, Robert Downing Jr., Natalie Portman, um, Leo DiCaprio, Cillian Murphy, Jessica Chastain, Meryl Streep, and the movie would be about hmm. It takes I don't know what it would be about, but the way I'm seeing it right now, it dates back in time, maybe in
Hmm.
the 1940s or something, and it, what is it about? maybe it's a period piece. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll have to
Yeah.
think more on this.
So would be okay, like an yeah, I like it. You know, those type of films whenever like they portray like that, like yeah, like something that happened past time or I mean there's something about like those type of films that usually get hooked to it. So that would be interesting,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what do you think that would be the title for that film?
Oh, well, I was just okay. So I'm writing right now currently, and one of the titles that I've written is called Scarlet's Wish or Scarlet's Letter. So maybe that or A Night to Remember. Knight. Oh my God. Don't take it. Hold on. Let me write this down.
Take your time.
A Night to Remember, but it's Knight. Oh, damn. Okay.
There you go. We got it. You got a
Perfect.
title.
There we go. Boom.
I like it. And you know, in the age of streaming platforms and binge watching, what's your guilty pleasure TV show or movie that you could watch over and over and over again?
I wish I watched more TV shows, and I'm going to. Um, I don't spend a lot of time watching TV, but I do enjoy. I did watch the game, or not Game of Thrones. The chess player one. She
Gambit?
Gambit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. No, with Anya
the
Taylor-Joy,
Queen's
right?
Gambit. Yeah, the Queen's Gambit. I enjoyed that. That was good. And what else? A movie that I could watch over and over again. I mean, The Green Mile is such a great
Oof.
movie.
Hmm.
Sad, but really good. Um, yeah.
What would you say that could be your top three of Tom Hanks films?
Forrest Gump,
Oof, yeah.
The Green Mile,
Mm-hmm.
and he's so great. What's another one? You can say any movie that he's in, and he just
Philadelphia was great. Saving Private Ryan.
Saving
Um,
Private Ryan. Saving Private Ryan.
mhm. Yeah, you know, Saving Private Ryan was one of the first films I saw.
Really?
Yeah, so my father used to, you know, watch his films and everything, and the living room was super close to my room. So I just had to open the door a little bit to it, and then I would see like the living room, like yeah, like the whole living room. So I saw that film, and it shocked me, but at the same time, because I was a kid, didn't understand any of it. I was just like, okay. But then later on, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. So I had to rewatch it, and then I was like, oh, interesting now.
Got it. Interesting. That's funny.
Yeah. So
The, the things that we don't understand, and then we see it again. We're like, oh, okay, that's what I was watching.
yeah, it's like for example when you watch on YouTube like those type of reviews that they go like really deep into the story and they will mention you like Easter eggs or like things like that. And when you manage to rewatch after seeing one of those reviews, somehow it tastes different. Like the whole experience to it because you are now paying attention to more of the stuff that is happening around it. It tends to get like a yeah, you tend to have like a better experience for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you could give, you know, let's say that one day I call you and I tell you that I want to become an actor. Now, here's the thing: zero experience. So, based on what you know, what do you think that would be important for me to know before jumping into this career?
Hmm. I would say, what is your why? Why do you want to be an actor? So that you know your motivation behind it. Um, and I would say, who are some of the actors that you look up to that you really aspire to be like? Do some research on them, maybe get to know how did they get to where they want to be. So you get to learn a little bit of their story and put yourself in the area where surround yourself with other actors, filmmakers, immerse yourself in that environment and surround yourself with those people. Maybe have someone, whether it's a coach or someone who can coach you in, hey, for step one, look for an agent. You need to have representation. You need to have someone who will rep you. So those are like the first steps that I would do.
Okay. Okay. I'll tell you what, if I ever become an actor, if at some point I write my memoirs or I win something, I'll be mentioning you in my thank you speech.
Well, thank you. Okay.
Count on it. That is cool.
Awesome.
And if you weren't an actor, what career path do you think you would have pursued?
Well, so I kind of have dual careers. I'm an actor, I'm a producer, I'm a writer, but I'm also a healer and a coach. So alongside my acting, filmmaking pursuits, I help people heal and coach them in achieving their goals.
Oh, that is even like more badass. You just went to badass level, I don't know, 100 or something.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's amazing. Like the fact that you can help so many people out there with that, that is cool. Especially these days right now, right? That somehow people is just, yeah, it's a complicated time right now, but it's great that you are able to help those, yeah, to help those who want to keep moving forward and keep pursuing what they want. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah. Too.
and tell me like what made you to go that path as well? Like what triggered it for you to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna also go for this way as well.
I would say my whole life I've always been inspired by different ways of healing and helping myself grow as an individual. And I've gone through a lot in my life. I've experienced many different events and had to overcome trauma, and I had to overcome these challenges. And I knew it was up to me to change my life. I knew it was up to me to do something about it. And I decided to embark on a path of healing, and acting was one of those things. And so I just learned and I trained myself and then I began helping other people.
There you go. More badass, just
Well,
saying. I mean, that is
yeah.
amazing, you know. It's awesome how, I mean, it's what I'm trying to say here is that it's interesting how sometimes you can, for whatever thing that happened to you, it affect you, of course, and then you start to, I mean, what I'm trying to say here is that it is important to get help every now and then, you know. I used to think at some point that nah, you can't you can't solve everything, you know. You just need yourself and that's it. But then with, as the more you get older, the more you're like, oh no, I actually need, help here going
Mhm.
on. And it's okay for you to go for that, and if to find answers or to find something that could actually trigger you back into pursue whatever thing you want to do in life, because life is too short, let's be honest. And if you are using it on something that basically is not helping you at all, I mean, it's difficult, of course, to get out of that mindset, but it's great that in your case you can help people to get out of that mindset and to put them back and to guide them like a little bit, like, you should go here, let's try this and that, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think if you are feeling stuck or you're looking to get to the next stage in your career, or you want to transform your identity, or you want to have a new mindset, then hiring someone who can help you, who is trained, who's been there and done it, can expedite the process tremendously because they're going to be able to pinpoint things about you that you weren't aware of. And through the awareness is the healing. And through and having someone to coach you, keep you accountable, it just helps in many ways.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's amazing here, and I find pretty cool the fact that you decided to went to took that path as well, and to help those who perhaps are facing the similar situation that at some point you had back then. That is really cool, and it's people like you that we need in this world right now, who can actually guide us on something and can actually help us to at the end just pursue what we want in life, or even just to be more relaxed, or to get over whatever thing us that is preventing us to keep moving forward. So
Yeah, thank you. Yes, absolutely.
that is amazing. And tell me, like, with all of that, like, what motivates you? We all have those days that we just want to quit. So
Mhm.
what usually puts you back in?
What motivates me is freedom and love. And that's freedom in my life and how I live my life and my livelihood. And it's love, being able to love my life to the fullest and help others do the same.
There you go. I like it. And what message would you say to those who are just afraid, to take a step into uncertainty, into a path that they have to build from scratch? Like, what would you say to them?
If today was your last day to live and you were on your deathbed and you were to look back and say, I did this, this, and that, were you able to say that you did those things? Or did you let fear get in the way of you taking the risk, of you taking the leap, of you taking the chance? Did you let fear get in the way? Because on the other side of fear is love. On the other side of fear can be greatness. And if you if there is, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if the best happens? And really, what's the worst that could happen? Right? Maybe like I just say, if you love it that much, just go for it and believe in yourself and surround yourself with people who believe in you too.
You're gonna drop the mic now because you're killing
Mic drop,
it.
mic drop.
That is amazing. There is a quote from a song that I always repeat to myself, which is, "Every day above ground is a great day."
Hmm. Absolutely.
You know,
That's right.
as long as
Yeah.
you get the chance to to stay alive, use it to. I mean, of course, that is easier said than done for a lot of times, but like I do think the same thing. That I mean, one day we're all gonna die.
Mhm.
That's inevitable. So why not spend that time to to go for something that you actually enjoy,
Yeah.
because I think we all have this. I mean, we all been there into this mindset of no, I'm not gonna make it. This is too difficult, or whatever, whatever thing that comes to your head. But anyway,
Mhm.
but like once you put it in perspective and be like, you know what, and who cares,
Yeah. And it's okay. And really, and all those fears they're not true. Fear is not real. Fear is an illusion. And that's when you recognize the fear, and that's when you use different tools to like eliminate the fear and keep moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the thing you are most afraid of is the thing you actually need to do. So
Yeah. Go do the thing.
there you go. And my last question. So we can all enjoy and relax after a couple of difficult, amazing questions here and there. Tell me, what do you think that could be the best title for this episode?
The best title for this episode would be Awaken Awaken to your full potential and go for your dreams.
I'll take it.
Or, okay, that's option one. Should we do another one?
Go for another
Um,
one.
uh, there's no dream too big or too small. Go for it.
You said something before that kind of stuck into my head, which was live and love.
Yes. Live in love. Um, freedom. Yeah, live in love. Live in love.
I think it's great. It's catchy. It's
Live in
short.
love.
Live in
Yeah.
love. It's interesting. If you are scrolling down into the wormhole of YouTube or Spotify and Apple, and then you see something which goes live in love, you'd be like, huh,
What does live in love mean? It's a little live in love. Okay, live in love.
we have a title.
Love it. Perfect.
There you go. It's a franchise already. Who knows?
Boom.
There you go. I mean, at the end, what can I say? The fact that you are doing it, I mean, it's amazing. It's super inspirational, and yeah, it's great. I mean, we all know that it's super difficult, and usually it can be a little bit of a pain in the butt sometimes. But the fact that you are showing up, that you're going for it, that you're also helping people along the way as well, I mean, that is incredible. I mean, I do wish that more people would focus more on pursuing something that makes them happy, and at the same time to be on service to help others who are on the same thing of jumping in or not. I mean, I do think that, especially as I was saying before, that in these complicated times we're living in, that suddenly everyone is just more angry than ever. and
Yeah.
we get involved into so many stuff and so many things that they're like affecting us, and the fact that we can see people like you who are basically there for inspiring, I mean, that is incredible. So
Thank you.
absolutely. I do want to thank those also who stayed this whole episode. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and also on the description below. As I said, you're gonna find all of Maria's social media. Let's follow her. Let's make her viral. Hashtag Team Maria. And again, thank you so much for making this happen. Keep shining out there. Keep rocking. Keep being super badass for sure. And I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks.
All right.